What is a short sign that a business has too much power? His name is Jack Ma. He grew up poor in communist China. After high school, he applied to go to college, but failed the entrance exam twice. After a great deal of studying, he finally passed on the third try, going on to attend Hang Seo Teachers Institute. He graduated in 1988 and started applying to as many jobs as he could. But guess what? He received more than a dozen rejections, including from KFC, before being hired as an English teacher. And he was natural with his students and loved his job, though he only made $12 a month at a local university. But Ma was captivated by the internet when he used it for the first time during a trip to the US in 1995. He had recently started a translation business and made the trip to help a Chinese firm recover a payment. Ma's first online search was beer, but he was surprised to find that no Chinese beers turned up in the results. It was then that he decided to found an internet company for China. So, he started working on his vision. But unfortunately, his first two ventures failed. But still, he didn't give up. 4 years later he gathered 17 of his friends in his apartment and convinced them to invest in his vision for an online marketplace he called Alibaba. The site allowed exporters to post product listings that customers could buy directly. By October 1999, the company had raised $5 million from Goldman Sachs and $20 million from SoftBank. And Masayoshi Son, SoftBank's founder, in one of his interviews said that Jack Ma had no business plan, zero revenue, had only 30 to 40 employees. And none of that was tempting enough for him to make such a big investment of $20 million. But what made him invest in Alibaba is that Jack Ma had shining eyes. He had a belief. He had the charisma to make young Chinese people follow him. Jack Ma said, "We will make it because we are young and we never give up." And the rest is history. Sales reached $1 billion in a little over 1 minute of trading on Singles Day. 84 brands including those of Apple Incorporated, L'Oreal Sao and Fast Retailing Co. Ltd's Uniqlo each made over 100 million yuan in sales in the first hour. Sales for its 24-hour Singles Day shopping blitz hit a record $38.4 billion, more than US rival Amazon.com Inc.'s haul last quarter from online stores. And, above all, Jack Ma is having a personal net worth of over $39.7 billion. Looks like a fairy tale, isn't it? But guess what? It's true. And I wonder what else can be a short sign that a business has too much power. Hope you all aware about big giant DMart and its size of operations in retail market, because when it comes to business power, DMart has its own significance and dominance in retail sector. As we all are aware that banking, retail and pharma is toughest segment in India to compete, but DMart marked their introduction in such a unique way. I somewhere read that there is an unsaid rule in the market that one must not open any store within a 1 kilometer radius of DMart, simply because no one can beat them on prices. Above statement clearly indicate business power of DMart. It is 100% true and completely agree that DMart has its own power and they easily attract maximum no of lower and middle class family to purchase from their store. DMart owner is well-known stock market investor and he was very much into business mode from the beginning and started investing in growing companies as he was confident about his prediction and total faith on his knowledge about new concept and business chain. Today DMart is known for one-stop shopping destination to meet all the household needs of a family. Apart from this, DMart decided to offer discounted pricing on all the items as they were targeting middle class people who generally attract towards all price benefit they could get under one roof, and that too in daily household sections. If I'm not wrong, then more than 90% of DMart stores owned by them, only so that they can avoid rentals and all other unnecessary operational cost for that place. This is where they win half of the battle and focus on discounted pricing. What indicate their business power? Good amount of discount. DMart offers 6 to 7% lower price compared to all their competitors. Not even single store is in loss. Since 2001, people mostly prefer DMart over Big Bazaar and other retail chain or outlet. First retailer to cross the $1 billion market profitably. DMart owns most of their stores, which is really toughest part in growing cities due to high-rise real estate. Guys, I hope you also agree on this and will mark your comments. Kindly upvote and follow me for more meaningful content. when it can make its competition disappear with a snap of its fingers. Eyewear. It's everywhere. Over 30 years ago, no one would think of eyeglasses as a style statement. Back then, they were only meant for correcting your vision. Hence, the variety was limited to a few brands. One company changed the future of the optical industry by combining it with that of fashion, and now you have eyewear brands from all your favorite designers, Gucci, Armani, Prada to name a few. That company, under cover of the shadows, began to take over the industry. By early 2018, it has 30 eyewear brands, such as Ray-Ban and Persol, or that it produces under license, Michael Kors, Paul Smith, DKNY, Burberry and so on. The company also owns much of the retail side of the business by possessing over 9,000 stores around the world. And this company is Luxottica. They also own the lenses in your glasses. Chances are that they are made by Essilor, which was acquired by the company in a merger in 2017, as well as a new name, EssilorLuxottica. EssilorLuxottica remains a monopoly by buying out their competitors. In 2001, the company made its stores stop selling Oakley sunglasses, its main competitor at the time. Then they began to produce Ray-Bans with bright blue and green lenses that were eerily similar to Oakley's trademark ice and emerald colored shades. Oakley placed a lawsuit and the matter was settled out of court. But EssilorLuxottica won the war by buying Oakley for $2.1 billion. No separate eyewear company can compete with them, except online. But EssilorLuxottica remains the undisputed leader, since the majority of eyewear sales are offline. Another feature where EssilorLuxottica comes out on top: skyrocketing eyewear prices. 10 years ago, I bought Essilor lenses for 1,000 rupees. Now, the same specifications can cost 10 times more. A necessity is now turning into a luxury. Myopic disability is probably the largest untreated disability in the world. In 2018, an estimated 2.5 billion people, mostly in India, Africa, and China, are thought to need spectacles. Glasses are now becoming more and more out of the reach of the people who really need them. The power to control the vision of billions in the hands of a few. When government fears you can disrupt the whole global financial sector. A couple of weeks ago, Mark Zuckerberg faced angry lawmakers trying to understand more about his plans to launch Facebook's cryptocurrency Libra. Lawmakers fear Zuckerberg could potentially disrupt the whole financial sector as we know it today. With access to over 2 billion people, Libra could potentially become a major digital global currency virtually overnight. Zuckerberg was bombarded with aggressive questions about the election, free speech, hate groups and fake news from members of the House of Representatives Financial Services Committee. Even a Zuckerberg image was projected behind him. Most likely, Zuckerberg is the world's most powerful man, with data of nearly 1/4 of the global population. Governments can only dream of having so much power. He's unstoppable. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and to like this video. See you next time.